Screened from aggressor observation by a heavy curtain of smoke, the troops advance to rout the aggressor forces. Artillerymen are landed to prepare to receive the guns, which are being readied for delivery by the copters. Here they go. Firepower with a plus, mobility, a helpful shove, and a short run, and the copters gain sufficient momentum to become airborne. Now, with the way prepared by the assault company, which has pushed the aggressor forces back, part of the battalion moves down to the riverbank and prepares to cross. Casualties would be light, if any. The riverbank has been cleared of aggressor sniper fire. Here comes the firepower. Easy does it. As a training measure in these Army Field Forces exercises, part of the battalion prepares to cross the river in engineer assault boats. In the meantime, the copter-delivered engineers have helped build a footbridge across the river. After the artillery lays down a protective barrage of fire to cover the crossing, the troops cross over. The modern infantryman has to be able to move not only on foot, but in the air and in boats. Up and back the copters go. The assault mission completed, the copters shift gears and shuttle back to the rear supply areas to go into logistical support of the men on the ground. The remainder of the battalion then pushes across the river. They continue the momentum initiated by the copters as they land on the opposite side of the river. Then they go rapidly forward in the advance to throw back the aggressors. Up and back the copters go. In no time, they're windmilling their way back with the supplies needed by the advancing assault wave. The loads are slung externally for speed and handling to avoid possible aggressor fire. At other times, when not operating close to the battle line, the loads would be carried internally and would be considerably heavier. The copter is a true aerial workhorse in transportation. In addition to bringing in men and materiel, these flying trucks can also double as ambulances to evacuate casualties. Thousands of critically wounded men in Korea have been saved by helicopters, and from almost inaccessible mountain peaks where rescue was once an impossibility. Now, the beachhead has been firmly established, this time with a heavier bridge which can support tanks, heavy artillery, and more men. Only 10 years old, Army aviation provides a third dimension of mobility to already powerful ground forces. Slow, odd-looking, yes. But what a job the helicopter can do. It can do the rough job, the tough job. It can hover like a bird. It can really land on a dime. It can even fly backwards. it can contribute spectacularly to making the American Army a highly mobile, powerful force in an already fast-moving world.
We hope this has given you some idea of the increasing importance of Army aviation in our Army of today. It's still relatively new, but it's expanding rapidly. And if its impressive record of achievement is any indication of the future role it will play, we can safely say, the sky's the limit. Now, this is Sergeant Stuart Queen inviting you to be with us next week for another story in the Big Picture.
The Big Picture is a weekly television report to the nation on the activities of the Army at home and overseas. Produced by the Signal Corps Pictorial Center. Presented by the U.S. Army in cooperation with this station. You can be an important part of the Big Picture. You can proudly serve with the best equipped, the best trained, the best fighting team in the world today, the United States Army.